This is the third and final Getting Started recording for Math 151 W01 Spring 2013. In this particular recording, we will be going over my math lab and locating courses in that area. So you can see over here on the left in the menu we have a My Math Lab button, and I'm going to click on that. That brings us to the Pearson site, My Math Lab. And what you should notice is if you want to set a favorite for this, the address is pearsonmylabandmastering.com. So be aware of that. Okay, now we have registered for my math lab. Under this, you'll need to register, and what you'll need first is to put in my account number, my course number for this particular course. That's found in the top section of the course outline. So, and then you'll go through the process of registering your email address and so forth. Now, after you've registered, you can just sign in and use your username. And that's what I'm going to do, is use mine and use my password. Okay, now you'll find your course. If you have other My Lab courses, they'll be listed here. What you want is Math 151 Online Spring 2013. And this is the course number I was talking about, McCormick 55465 is the one you'll have to enter. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the course. And hopefully it'll come up. Sometimes it has problems and it'll say we were unable to. Here we go. Your course did not load properly, so you just want to go back. Okay. Alright, so you may want to set your browser to Firefox or Chrome. For my math lab, it looks like it's not working as well in my version, at least, of Internet Explorer. So you may want to check that out. Alright, in this particular portion, the first thing that I have come up is the dashboard. It lists the homework that is due, the first few assignments, so you can see that. You can see the week listed here, which of course is the week before classes starts. So there's nothing listed there. First thing you want to do when you get here is to do the browser check. And what it does is it checks to make sure you have up-to-date, that your browser is okay, and that you have up-to-date plugins that are needed for playing the homework and the quizzes. It also has a little video on how to enter the answers, and I do recommend that you do that. If you would like to give your feedback, there's a 5-minute online survey that you can do. Over here you're going to have your results as you begin doing your homework and quizzes. You can see homework, quizzes, tests. There's a study plan that you can complete. That is optional. I'll go through that on the menu. And so this will give you progress on your homework. Now, I don't do announcements here, so you won't find anything under the announcements button other than announcements from the company. I believe this is an old welcome announcement that I put in some time ago, a year ago. Basically the same thing applies here. You want to start in Blackboard. Don't start here, you want to start in Blackboard. So that's basically what I talk about there. Alright, chapter contents. Under these you'll find the book, the ebook, So, for example, we're beginning in Chapter 2, so let me go there. Chapter 2, and we'll start with Section 2.1. You can see a video presentation on the material. This supplements the recorded lectures I have in Blackboard. You have the multimedia text, that's where you go to the book. And also, as I said, the study plan is optional, and you can access it here for Chapter 2. So that is set up by chapters, as are my lectures and so forth. As you go through the course, you'll go to the grade book to see your grades as they come up, and you can see there's nothing here because I haven't done any work, but you'll find your scores and so forth in that grade book. And that will be only the graded materials from my math lab, so only the homework, the quizzes, and any online exams we do from my math lab. Now, homework, when you click on that, you get a list of the homework. The very first assignment is an orientation. This is just simply to get you accustomed to entering answers in my math lab, but I do want you to do that. Then as you get into later sections, and I'm going to choose one of these just to show you what it looks like, you will have questions. Now, these little video, you'll see a film strip here. That means there was a video to go with it. You can play. And let me just go to question 1 to show you what the homework looks like in the event you haven't done my math lab homework before. You have your question numbers across the top. The one circled in yellow is the one that you're answering, and in this case it's multiple choice. Some are multiple choice and some are where you fill in the number. Over to the left is a symbol palette for mathematics. You have a fraction, you have a mixed number, an exponent, an absolute value, square root, nth root, ordered pair, pi, and there are actually more of these that you can use. You can also undo something if you mark something and you decide you want to erase it. You can click on undo. This will take you to section 2.3, the part of the textbook that deals with the concept of this problem. If you click on Ask My Instructor, that will directly link you to my email. You type your question about this problem and submit it, and when I open my email from you, it will give me a link directly to this problem, and I'll see your question, and that way I can answer it. And then your last choice is to print, so you can print the exercise as you do it. Okay. And cancel. In each case, you can do these as many times as needed. The problems will actually change each time you make an attempt. And I want to find one that has another option on it. Okay, so here's one that involves working with numbers. If you click on Help Me Solve This, what it will do is it will go step by step through this problem, and it will help you solve it. Will actually help you solve the problem that's there. Then when you go back to answer the question, it will give you a new problem. If you click on the second choice, View an Example, my math lab will show you an example that's similar to the one seen here, and then you can go back and answer the original question. You can watch a video on the concept covered in this problem, again a link to the textbook, or send me an email. So I'm assuming when you get an email that you've gone through all these help buttons prior to the email one, and that you can't understand why the answer is what it is. So I'll try to explain that then in an email. Or if need be, I'll work it out and post it in Blackboard. So those are a couple of options in terms of how I would handle your question. So that's the way the homework looks like. I want to do okay. So if the questions are short answer, don't take long, you may have up to 25 questions in the homework. If they are longer questions, you probably would only have about 10. So it just depends on the assignment. So you can see we have homework all the way down through 13.5. And actually you can see we're doing chapters 2, 3, 4, one section of 5, then chapters 9 and 13. Under the quizzes and exams button, this is where you'll find the quizzes on sections, and you can see these listed here. In the past, I've done 2 exams in my math lab and 1 paper and pencil workout. I'm not sure what I'll do this semester, but probably the same thing again that I've done in previous semesters, so you can see that there. Now down below that is a group of sample tests and quizzes. These are there for study aids, so you may use these when you're studying for an exam. Typically the exams cover 2 chapters. So for example, the first one's on chapters 2 and 3. You may want to do the review quiz and then the pre-test and then the post-test. Or you may want to use a chapter 2 review quiz at the end of the chapter and then use the pre-test and post-test for preparing for the exam. Study plan is the optional section. You can tell it will give you exactly what you need. So it tells you what you need to do. And in chapter 1, we're not actually doing chapter 1, so you might want to click on view all chapters and then just select the chapter that you want to work on and the section. So that's where you would locate that, and it'll help you review what you need to in terms, it'll look at your exam, your quizzes and your homework and say you need to practice this. Tools for Success has some extra items that you may or may not find helpful. There are video podcasts, there are vocabulary flashcards, algebra review, basic math review if you've forgotten how to do fractions, graphing calculator, reference card and tutorials, an interactive timeline, which you may want to use, and internet projects I won't be using in this particular course. Multimedia library is set up by chapters. So for example, if you want to go to chapter 2 and section, let's see, we were just looking at 2.3, so let's go there. See what they have, and I want to see what they have. And find now. You can see there's a link to the textbook section, the online textbook. You can also go to a PowerPoint slide presentation, and you can go to a video lecture. So these 3 items are in addition to what I have in Blackboard that I created. And they're here as additional resources. Use the parts that you find useful. Use the parts that you find useful.